Good morning, everyone. Today is Sunday, the day for Bhagavad Gita. And today's topic to understand from Bhagavad Gita is how do we practice forgiveness, or what is forgiveness? Why is it so important for us? But before we dig into this topic, I would request Karuna to start singing the Gita Dhyanam and the verses which are from 3 chapters. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवत् गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटन् नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितम् लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलः प्रध्वंसि न श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुल्लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैर्वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः। देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः I will start with Shloka. तस्मात् प्रणम्य प्रणिधाय कामं प्रसादये त्वामहमीशमीड्यं पितेव पुत्रस्य सखेव सख्युः प्रियः प्रियार्यार्हसि देव सोढुम् अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी सन्तुष्टः सततं योगी यतात्मा दृढनिश्चयः मय्यर्पितमनो बुद्धिर्यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः श्रीभगवानुवाच अभयं सत्त्वसंशुद्धिर्ज्ञानयोगव्यवस्थितिः दानन्दमश्च यज्ञश्च स्वाध्यायस्तप आर्जवम् अहिंसा सत्यमक्रोधस्त्यागः शान्तिरपैशुनम् दयाभूतेष्वलोलुप्त्वं मार्दवं ह्रीरचापलम् तेजः क्षमा धृतिः शौचमद्रोहो नातिमानिता भवन्ति सम्पदं दैवीमभिजातस्य भारत. Thank you. Thank you, Hersh.
Thank you very much, Karna. So what Karna just recited, few verses from Bhagavad Gita. The very first verse, Arjun is saying that please forgive me. Just like a person forgives the children or a friend or a lover. Because there are certain relationships very easy to forgive their mistakes. So he says, please forgive me. And then in chapter 12, Bhakti Yoga, we learn that Kshama, or the forgiveness, is a quality of a Bhagat. So if you want to love God, we got to cultivate this quality. Then again, Lord Krishna mentioned in chapter 16, where he enumerates the qualities of a Devatas and Asurs. So he says it's a divine quality. If you want to rise up to the divinity, this Kshama virtue has to be cultivated. Forgiveness. So Kshama is one word for this quality. The other one is Sodum. In the very first verse, when he says, Aharasi Dev Sodum, please forgive me. Bear with me. So this is what we learn from Bhagavad Gita. That is how important practice of forgiveness is. Forgiveness involves willfully putting aside feelings of resentment towards someone who has committed a wrong, no doubt, who has been unfair or even hurtful or otherwise harmed you in some way. Forgiveness is not merely accepting what happened or ceasing to be angry. Forgiveness is a conscious, deliberate decision to release feelings of resentment or vengeance toward a person or group who has harmed you, regardless of whether they actually deserve your forgiveness or not. It means forgiveness is a choice. You are choosing to offer compassion and empathy to the person who wronged you. Why is it so hard to forgive? The answer is in the sense of justice. Because forgiving someone can feel like we are giving up our right to justice. That's why it can be very difficult to forgive. When we feel like the person who hurt us needs to be held accountable for their actions, for their words. Or when someone we trusted betrays us, it can be hard to forgive them and rebuild that trust. What is the hardest part of forgiveness? It's almost like a wound may heal, but you will always be left with a scar. And how you choose to deal with that scar is entirely up to you. So dealing with the scar is dealing with or learning to forgive. How to practice forgiveness? Because if it's so important, there got to be some systematic way to cultivate this virtue. Commit to letting go. So first of all, there has to be a commitment from you. And remember, you are not going to do it in a second, or maybe not even in a day. It can take a long time. Think about the pros and the cons. That means if you forgive, what do you gain? If you don't forgive, what do you lose? And always realize that you have a choice. Don't say that I cannot forgive. That's almost saying that I am not going to become better. Empathize. Understand your responsibility also. Because whenever some event happens, there are two people involved. Take your responsibility. And then focus on the present. Because when we don't forgive, we are taking our mind into the past again and again and again. Focus on the present. Allow peace to enter your life. Feel compassion. There are so many benefits of forgiving. You got to remind yourself of these benefits. First of all, forgiving improves our relationships, improves our mental health. We feel a flourishing spirituality in us. We feel light. Because if you don't forgive, we feel heavy. And there are immediate physical health benefits also. And long-term physical health benefit too. if you practice forgiveness over time. And what happens when you don't forgive? When we don't forgive, it's called unforgiveness. So unforgiveness will imprison you in your past. Unforgiveness keeps that pain alive because it's a negative emotion. And you are holding on to that negativity. Unforgiveness never lets that wound heal, and you go through life reminding yourself of what was done to you. You keep on talking about it, keep on thinking about it. And whoever is listening to you, you'll just keep on repeating. And you go through life accumulating bad feelings. Who is the hardest to forgive? Often the hardest person to forgive is yourself. You are so hurt, yet you realize that you are the one to blame. You are the one who did it to yourself. So you want to make yourself hurt. So when we are trying to forgive others, we got to learn how to forgive ourselves too. See, other people we can move away from. Ourselves, we cannot even move away. If we keep on blaming ourselves over and over and over again. So that's why in Bhagavad Gita, several places, Lord Krishna talks about this forgiveness, kshama. Other religions, they also talk about it. In Bible, what does God say about forgiveness? Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other. In fact, it said that it's a sin not to forgive. Because in Bible, they do talk about sin. So if you cannot forgive, that's sinful. And Lord Krishna talks about that if you forgive, it's a virtue. You are a devotee. You are a devata. You are a jnani. If you can forgive. So that's why we got to make a conscious choice, and deliberately we got to make sure that we forgive. And we are going to learn a lot more about it from Urmil. And today there will be some interaction also after Urmil talks about this forgiveness. Okay, thank you, Urmil. You can unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you, Harji. You have already put the concept of forgiveness and kshama in the right perspective, and within that framework, we are going to talk a little bit more. And this is my take on it. Forgiveness is the greatest gift you can give yourself. So I start from that point where you left. We have to forgive yourself. Every day, every week, you say, I did this, I did not do my diet routine on Monday, I can't forgive myself. Oh, I couldn't exercise on Wednesday and Thursday, I hate myself. So you're hating yourself. You're never forgiving yourself. You can't be kind to yourself. So what does it do? You are loading yourself with negative emotions. And where is the peace within you? Nowhere. Forgiveness frees us only when we give up the burden of all the grudges and heal ourselves. Once we are healed, and if someone else does something wrong to us, we are in a position to forgive. Otherwise, your own negative disposition will not allow you to forgive another. Every morning when I do my prayers, I say, God, forgive me if I did anything so wrong, now or in the past. Please forgive me and help me. Forgive. We always asking God for forgiveness. And if He can forgive us, who are we? Why can't we forgive the other person who is part of God? But we don't think like that. We are anger. We are resentful. Why did she do this to me? Why did he do this to me? I'm not going to forgive. And these are the kind of dialogues we do with ourselves. Somebody says sorry, and you're supposed to grant forgiveness, but your pride comes in the way. And you never realize that life is short. Once you die, you're not coming back to forgive somebody. Nobody's going to come out of the grave and, oh, I forgot to forgive my friend. I'm coming back from the grave. So if someone requests or pleads to you for forgiveness, forgive you must. But forgive what? Why? Someone told you a lie. You're upset about why he told me a lie. You're so upset that you will not even forget about it. What have you developed in you? A mistrust towards that friend or relative or any such feeling, and you want to take the revenge. So what is all this? Hatred? And if you are a student of spiritualism, the first lesson we learn is to give up all these ill feelings in us. You are not able to make peace inside you. Inner talk, inner grumbling, anger are all the emotions churning inside you quietly. Question is, can you forget and forgive? Are you able to move on? People who are unable to forgive and keep the hurt close to heart are somewhat, try to understand their personality. Some people cannot. They are depressed a little bit. They lean towards drinking or gambling. They limit physical activity. They are couch potatoes. They have some kind of a chronic illness, or they live with maladies deep within the heart that is already corroding their body and soul. By maladies, I mean they themselves have gone through some bitter experiences that are already corroding their heart. So a broken heart, a corroded heart has no capability of forgiving. In contrast, if people have a good disposition, they're generally positive in their attitude, they are self-confident and compassionate. They are more likely to forgive. Therefore, ability to forgive is not as simple. It is pretty complex, but it is doable in course of time. And like it or not, it is a necessary act. Remember the good old saying, forgiveness is next to godliness, or at least saintliness. So in any kind of a situation, the cognitive thinking is what is bad about not forgiving and what are the benefits to me by forgiving. And if you can visualize all the benefits and it looks so beautiful and heavenly, like you are in a paradise, you will want to forgive. But if you want to stay stuck in the negative picture, then so be it. So answer is, first you have to stop the churning wheel. In other words, stop grieving over a loss of a person who lied to you, because you are not going to talk to him, cut off your relations with him. This incident, this hurt in you has to stop one day, and you need to start the healing process. How can you get over such retaliation, resentment, and spite? One, acknowledge that you are legitimately facing that resentment and head on face it. Share your grief with a close friend or relative. Understand the harm being done to yourself by not forgetting, forgiving, and not moving on. Learn to be smart not to be a victim of such lies again. Do not get devastated if it happens again. Cope with the situation. Take a chance. Oh my God, if I forgive her and if I become friends with her again, she will lie to me again. I don't trust her. So if you don't trust, you don't have to bother. Even if you forgive, you're not forgetting. So a situation like this, you have to take a chance. It's strike three, as they say in baseball. Give it one chance, two chance. By the third chance, if that person lies again or deceives you again, cut it out. But in a very rational, conscious decision. Accept the incident that happens that cannot be changed. Remember that letting go of the grudge and seeing the benefits of forgiving and being compassionate is the answer to unforgiving, as the word used by Hersh. So, there are more benefits of letting go. It will improve your mood. It will improve your physical health. It will bring peace within and better well-being, better social well-being, social integration and relation with others. You will reconnect with that friend with whom you have had the problem. The lesson learned from this lying incident, you will learn not to lie again and become a victim of it. And of course, be alert and do not believe things blindly. Become conscious of what a person says or does. Take action that is in your favor. Create peace inside first. Do not look back. Forgive, forget, take action, move on. Don't look back. It may take a long time. It sure is easy said than done. But these are some of the true and tried means of being able to forgive. Here are some quotations, small thoughts of different people. The gift of release. To forgive is to unchain the heart from the weight of the past, to make a new start. A gift of release of that anger or resentment from you to you, from you to you to you. In this act of grace, life starts anew. Whispers of the past like shadows fade, in the heart's light grievances unmade. Forgiveness, a quiet balm, gently applied, healing the wounds where grudges once lied. So you have to create that bridge. Forgotten are the tears and hurts, the pain. On forgiveness paths, love bridges we regained. Step towards the other across the divide. There is a line that is dividing the two people. Take a step to the other side where empathy and understanding reside. And so there are many ways you can inspire yourself to forgive and take a chance in life. The problem is we think if I forgive and forget, I'll be friends again, and then I will interact again, and I am going to be deceived again. Fear. Again, Bhagavad Gita has taught us enough to get over that fear. It's a fear that can sometimes stop you from forgiving and forgetting. I don't know if you people have ever come across this book. It is always on the outside, displayed in Barnes and Noble. It's a book on forgiveness, book of poems by Rupi Kaur. She's an Indian lady from Canada, Rupinder Kaur, but the name of her book is Rupi Kaur. And she writes very philosophical stanzas on different topics. And she has made $1 million from that book of hers and a couple of awards. If you people get a chance, pick up that book and read it. First, you will find it hard to enjoy it, but gradually you will get into it. And she has written a very nice verse on forgiveness that I liked, that I would like to conclude with. Forgiveness by Rupi Kaur. Wish pure love and soft peace upon the ones who have been unkind to you, and keep moving forward. This is free you. This will free you both. Simply said, but in 4 lines, she gives you a very deep message, and that is Rupi Kaur. And I'm very proud that an Indian lady has reached that far in her poetry. It's one of the top selling books at the Amazon and Barnes and Noble. So, and when you fail to forgive, every day you have to say, I'll do better. As it says, it will take us a long time. See better, say better, talk better, be better. I do my very best. And I blow it 10 times out of 12. I ask forgiveness of God. I forgive myself. Then I start again. And once you are able to forgive yourself and God forgives you, you will don't even know the day you got up and forgive your friend or relative or whoever. So I think I put the same message in a different way to you. And now I want to open the discussion to you all. If you have